words can read. Hello everyone, it's Katie here. Welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be an announcement for the Simsathon readathon. It's happening throughout the entire month of June. I only found out about this the other day. I'm also participating in the biblio games, and some of these books can go towards like both of these readathons, which I thought was really good. And also biblio games is mostly like page counts as well, so I've also had to add a couple of books from my TBR shelf behind me, so it's all pretty much a mixture of books, different genres. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to be reading the challenges off of my phone, and basically in this one you just sort of like read challenges which get you points, and yeah, so pretty much about like as many points as you can get. So the first challenge, you can either start by creating a sim or choosing a household. So I went with creating a sim, and the challenge is to read a book that is the first book in the series. So for this challenge I picked this book, which is Did I Mention I Love You by Estelle Mascame, first book in the Dimily series, and yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be a good one to start with. The next challenge is build a house to read something set in another world. So for this one I went with this dystopian reread of Shatami by Sahara Murphy. Different world as it's dystopian, so yeah, very much looking forward to this. Then I went on to perfecting the layout, which is to read a book with an interesting format. So for this one I went for Gemini by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, which is the second book that is in the Illuminae Files trilogy. And interesting format because it's like documents and emails and that sort of stuff. The next challenge is to go to the live mode, and the first challenge is to get a job. So this is where you look at the career options, and the one that I went with was criminal, and that is to read a thriller. So for my thriller choice I've put You by Caroline Kepnes, and this is also on my June TBR, so perfect, and I'm very excited for this one. The next challenge is called Make a Friend, and that is to read a book that features friendship. So for this one I've put Alex in Wonderland by Simon James Green, and this is at Wonderland where he starts making friends. The next challenge is to get a promotion, which is to read a book that you think will be 5 stars. So I put Be With Me by Jaylin. Pretty much think I'm going to give this 5 stars. Next challenge is to fall in love, to read a book with a romantic element. For this one I put The Kiss Gradient by Helen Huang, and this is a book that has some romance in. The next challenge is to get married, and that's to read a book with an established couple. I haven't assigned a book to that yet, so I'm thinking if I manage to find a book that has that, then I can do that. So the next challenge is also to have a baby, to read a book that features a child. I am not entirely sure with that book as well, what book to assign for that challenge yet, so close towards the time or during the readathon I might find a book for that. So then we've got to change your career, read a book that is outside of your comfort zone. So out of my comfort zone is fantasies, and so I put Torch Against the Night by Sabah Tahir. This is the sequel to An Ember in the Ashes. I am excited to read this though, because I do enjoy fantasies, but sometimes do find them hard to get through. And then you've got to go back to choosing a career again. So for this one I went for a painter, which is to read a book with a colourful cover. So for this one I went for I Owe You One by Sophie Kinsella. The next challenge is to become a ghost, read a spooky book. So for this one I went for Girl of Nightmares by Ken Darblake, which is the second book in this duology, first book being Anna Dressed in Blood. The next challenge is to reach the top of your career track, which is to read a finale. So for this one I put I Learned the Happily Ever After by Stephanie Perkins. This is the third and final book that is in this series. The next challenge is called to eat a cookie, read a book that's under 200 pages. So that will be like a novella or possibly a graphic novel, but I'm not entirely sure whether I want to read a novel, like a novella or a graphic novel yet, so I'm going to leave that one as well. Next challenge is to pay bills, read your most recent purchase. So for this one, my most recent purchase that I can think of is this one. This is one of anyway, and this is The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and this is book number 1. It's a graphic novel and I'm very excited about this one. The next challenge is called To Cook French Toast, Read a Travel Book. So I'm assuming that this means a book where there's like travelling involved, but that's the sort of gist that I'm going to use of it anyway. And so for this one I'm going to put Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Leah Taylor, because the main character travels between these worlds. So I thought that's perfect for this challenge. Next challenge is Having a Fair Read a book featuring a breakup. I'm not entirely sure what book I'm going to put towards that challenge yet, so that one I'm also going to try and find a book for during the readathon. Next challenge is called Woohoo, Read a Smutty Book. So I put Confess by Colin Hoover in it because it pretty much mentions that they're going to do some stuff on the back of this book. Plus it's Colin Hoover, and when is there never not some sort of smut? The next challenge is called Burn Down the Kitchen, which is to read a book with flames on the cover or title. So for this one I put Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nyan. The fire is in the font, like on the font there, and we also have the word fire in itself. The next challenge is called To Meet the Grim Reaper, read a book featuring death. So for this one I've put Alive by Scott Sigler, and this is pretty much about people that wake up finding themselves trapped in a coffin. So it's pretty much one of those sort of like trying to survive books. The next challenge is to gain a fishing skill, and this is to randomise your TBR. So for this one I put Pretty Little Liars by Sarah Shepherd. Pretty random book to just slop on my TBR. The next challenge is Take a Bubble Bath, read a book over 400 pages. For this one I've put Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. There's over 400 pages in this book. And the final challenge that's on this page is Have Your Birthday / Age Up, which is to read an adult book. And for this one I'm putting The Silver Linings Playbook by Matthew Quick. So there you have it, guys. Those are all of the books that are on my Simsathon TBR. Like I say, I've used books that are from my main June TBR as well as books for the Biblio Games TBR. And I'm just going to see how I go with this one, because June for me is going to be busy. But I'm hoping that I can get some books read, maybe some audiobooks. I'm going to audiobook it out. So yes, that's it. If you guys have read any of these books that I've mentioned in today's video, do let me know down below in the comments what you thought about them, even if you didn't like them. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that you guys enjoyed it. All of my social media links will be linked down below if you'd like to follow me elsewhere. Also, the main creator of this readathon will be down below as well, and any other information will be in the description for you to find. But that's it from me, guys. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day wherever you are. Keep smiling, keep reading, and be happy. My name is Katie, and I'll see all of you wonderful, awesome people in my next video. Bye!